people, it's me, Anja. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Today's video focuses on my favorite black middle grade books. So, yeah. The first book on this list is called Black Bottle, Black Bottle. This book is middle grade contemporary and I really enjoyed it. It follows a young black boy and the complex ways that he has to navigate the world as he trains for a fencing competition. I really enjoyed this book because A, Dante the main character is a very realistic, resilient character and I really liked, rooting for him, you know what I mean? He's a very likable character as well, and I really enjoyed him as a person, if that makes any sense. B, I really enjoyed the social commentary in the story. I love it when middle grade contemporary stories include social commentary because I think that it makes the story more impactful and more realistic, if that makes any sense. And 3, I really enjoyed the plot because the plot was so intriguing and just kept me intrigued every step of the way, if that makes any sense. So basically overall, the story definitely exceeded my lower expectations I had for it. I don't really know why I set such low expectations, honestly, but basically the story was so good, and I ended up giving it 4 stars, so with that I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Full Cicada Moon. This book is middle grade historical fiction, and I absolutely really enjoyed it. It follows Mimi, who's half Japanese and half black, and it's set in 1969. It's about fitting in and standing up for what's right. This book is absolutely so good, and it's also so underrated. This is the first story that I really resonated with being a biracial black person. You know what I mean? Like, even though my ethnicities and Mimi's ethnicities are completely different, I truly resonated with her with being biracial. You know, this book is absolutely so good. I absolutely really enjoyed it. Mimi is such a wonderful, lovely, somewhat relatable, like I mentioned earlier, character. She is such a wonderful person. I really wanted to reach through the pages and give her a hug because she absolutely deserves the world. You know what I mean? The plot was so intriguing. The historical setting was such a good choice. I just really fell in love with this story because it's absolutely so good. And like I said, it's so underrated. So please give this book more hype because it deserves way more hype than it has received. So yeah, I highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, written by Mildred. Similarly to Full Cicada Moon, this book is also middle grade historical fiction. However, this book is set during the Great Depression. It follows Cassie and how she finds out through a turbulent year why her family's land is so important to her. This book is absolutely so amazing. I read this book for the first time a long time ago, and still it sticks with me. In fact, the last book of this series showed up on my favorite books of 2020. This book is absolutely so good. I love Cassie as a character. I love her in this story because we got such a great introduction to her. You know what I mean? And she has such fight and gusto in her, and I think that she is so inspiring, and this story is so empowering, but also it packs a punch. You know what I mean? Mildred Taylor is such a talented author, and I love that she brought to life such great black culture. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes people dismiss what black people were going through during the Great Depression, you know? Like, people just learn about, like, the civil race riots or whatever in the 60s, and then they learn about slavery, but they don't really learn about what happened in between, if that makes any sense. And I feel like this story gives such insight, and the story is absolutely so timely and important because this stuff still happens in 2021. You know what I mean? The story is so good. I absolutely really enjoyed it. So with that, I would highly recommend it, and I apologize if this review is kind of all over the place, but you know, that's how it be. The next book on this list is called Orange for the Sunsets. This book is also middle grade historical fiction, and it follows 2 friends whose lives are transformed by Idi Amin's decision to expel Indians from Uganda in 1972. I really enjoy this story because I really like learning about non-Western history set in a non-Western country, if that makes any sense. I feel like historical fiction is often so whitewashed that a story like this is rare to find. You know what I mean? I really enjoy this story as well because I also really liked the friendship between the 2 characters. This story was so insightful and so educational, but it also had 2 solid, well-developed characters at its core. I really enjoyed how the dual perspectives blended well together, you know what I mean? But it also gave me so much insight and education that I really needed. You know what I mean? I think that it's so important to learn about history and culture from different countries so that you don't like learn everything from your isolated echo chamber. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense, but basically I really enjoyed the story because it was insightful and educational, but it also had two well-developed characters at its core. So overall, I gave it 4 stars and I really enjoyed it, so I would highly recommend it. The last book on this list is called The Purple Militant. This book is middle grade contemporary and I really enjoyed it. It follows Candace, and as she tries to decipher clues in a letter, she ends up solving a mystery that involves her town's history. This story is so well done. I really enjoyed the dual timelines because Candace's story is set in modern day, and then there's a timeline that kind of talks about the past, but it connects with the mystery that she's solving, if that makes any sense. Basically, this story is so well done, and I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, Candace is such a wonderful character. I really enjoyed the timelines like I mentioned earlier. I really enjoyed the racial commentary this story provides. You know what I mean? And there was never a point in time where I preferred one timeline over the other. You know what I mean? This book is basically like The Paper Girls of Paris, but so much better. You know, this book is so good, and it's so underrated, and it definitely deserves more hype. So, basically, I highly recommend this story, and I wish that everybody out there would read it, because it's absolutely so good. So, with that, please read it. Please give this book more hype, because it deserves it. So, in conclusion, I highly recommend all the books on this list, because they're all so good and important and timely, and we love to see it. You know what I mean? So basically, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up, comment down your favorite black middle grade books, subscribe to my channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!